ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Namaskar my dear friends, this is video number 5 on Kena Upanishad. This video starts with chapter number 4. She replied, "It is indeed Brahma. Through the victory of Brahma alone have you attained glory." After that, Indra understood that it was Brahma. Through the victory, etc., the demons were conquered by the power of Brahma, the gods were mere instruments. After that, Indra came to know about Brahma not by his own power but through Uma, who is the Shakti or power of Brahma. The drift of the text is that the true nature of Brahma is revealed by Brahma itself when taught by the Vedas and explained by a qualified teacher and not otherwise. Indra, Vayu and Agni are the leaders of the gods because of their intimate knowledge of Brahma. Verse number 2. Since they approached very near Brahma and were the first to know that it was Brahma, these devas, namely Agni, Vayu and Indra, excelled the other gods, approached, etc. These three deities came very near Brahma and conversed with it. Devas, the literal meaning of the word Deva is shining one. It is often translated as God, excelled in regard to power, quality and effluence. Agni and Vayu were told by Indra that the spirit was Brahma, but Indra came to know about Brahma from Uma. Therefore, Indra excelled all the other gods. Verse number 3. Since Indra approached Brahma nearest and since he was the first to know that it was Brahma, Indra excelled the other gods. Stanza number 4. This is the instruction about Brahma with regard to the gods. It is like a flash of lightning. It is like a wink of the eye. With regard, etc., Brahma is often explained in the Upanishads from the point of view of the embodied individual self, microcosm, and also from the point of view of the God's macrocosm. From the first point of view, Brahma is the true experiencer in every being. From the second, it is the world soul known as Virat, who according to Vedantic mystics is conceived of as dwelling in the solar orb, being the effulgent lord of all the gods who are its parts. The microcosm or individual self and the macrocosm are in a sense identical. Like a flash of lightning, the brilliance of lightning illumines the universe all at once. Brahma likewise is endowed with indescribable radiance. Or the phrase may mean that Brahma appeared before the gods like lightning and instantaneously disappeared like a wink. It takes no more time than a wink of the eye for Brahma to create, maintain and destroy the universe. That is to say, the nature of Brahma is inscrutable in the extreme. Or the phrase may mean that the revelation of Brahma is instantaneous, like the wink of an eye. The realization of Brahma does not depend upon time. The moment ignorance disappears, one obtains the knowledge of Brahma. The concepts of time, space, and so on belong to the realm of Maya. Now the stanza number 5. Now the instruction about Brahma with regard to the individual self. The mind, as it were, goes to Brahma. The seeker, by means of the mind, communes with it intimately again and again. This should be the volition of his mind. With regard, etc., See the first note of the foregoing verse. The mind. The mind is superimposed upon Brahma as a mirage is superimposed upon the desert. The modifications of the mind, such as volition and memory, are in reality directed to Brahma. They seek to reveal Brahma alone, the mind, as it were, etc. While meditating on Brahma, the aspirant should think that his mind has attained to the luminous Brahma and is established in it. This should, etc. The aspirant, while meditating on Brahma, should direct his volition, memory, and other modifications of the mind to Brahma alone. The idea is that Brahma manifests itself in an individual through the mind. The degree of this manifestation is determined by measure of purity of the mental state. The previous verse describes the revelation of Brahma with reference to the macrocosm by all illustration of lightning and the wink of an eye. This revelation is instantaneous and fleeting. The present statement with reference to the microcosm describes Brahma's manifestation as concomitant with the modifications of the mind. This also points to the instantaneous revelation of Brahma. In this way alone can the finite mind of the beginner meditate on Brahma. The attributeless and transcendent absolute is beyond its comprehension. How to worship Brahma? Verse number 6. That Brahma is called Tadvana, the adorable of all. It should be worshipped by the name of Tadvana. All creatures desire him who worships Brahma. Thus, Tadvan, one of the mystical epithets which the Vedic seers used in worshipping Brahma, adorable, etc., because Brahma is the inmost self of all desire, etc., as they desire Brahma. After receiving the above instruction, the disciple addressed the preceptor. Verse number 7. The disciple said, "Teach me, sir, the Upanishad." The preceptor replied, "I have already told you the Upanishad. I have certainly told you the Upanishad about Brahma. Upanishad, the word denotes here the secret and profound wisdom regarding Brahma which one can obtain only from a qualified preceptor." What was the real intention of the disciple in asking the preceptor to narrate again the Upanishad, which had already been explained to him? Certainly, he did not want the preceptor to repeat what had already been stated. The question further does not imply that the description of Brahma given above is incomplete and therefore should be elaborated. The purpose of the pupil is to know whether or not the knowledge of Brahma already described stands in need of something else, any auxiliary help in the form of ritual or study without which the desired goal of liberation cannot be secured. The preceptor's reply seems to convey the idea that the knowledge of Brahma does not stand in need of any such help. It is totally independent of any action, sacrificial or otherwise, because such an action cannot be performed without the notion of a doer, an instrument, and a result. What has been described before as the Upanishad is alone sufficient for attainment of immortality. The knowledge of the self described in the Upanishad is eternal and self-luminous, but it remains veiled by avidya or ignorance. On the destruction of ignorance, the revelation of the self immediately takes place. The means by which ignorance can be destroyed are described. Verse number 8. Austerities, self-restraint, and sacrificial rites are its feet, and the Vedas are all its limbs. Truth is abode, its abode. Austerities, control of the body, the mind, and the senses, self restraint, control of the passions, sacrificial rites. These refer to the daily obligatory devotions to be performed by a householder. Karma, the word in the text, denotes all the religious activities practiced daily by pious souls. Fit, the virtues mentioned in this verse also include such others as humility, non-violence, and forbearance as mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, stanza number 7 to 11. They are the means for the attainment of the knowledge of Brahma, that is to say, when the seeker practices these virtues, his heart becomes pure and truth is revealed in the pure heart. It is a well known fact that the knowledge of Brahma, when explained to an impure man, is either misunderstood or not understood at all. This is well explained in the story of Indra and Virochana in the Chandogya Upanishad. Therefore, the knowledge of Brahma is attained by him alone who has purified his mind by the practice of austerities, self control, and other spiritual disciplines, either in this birth or in a previous one. The Vedas state the profound secrets explained here reveal their true meaning only to those who have cultivated supreme devotion to the Lord and also to their spiritual preceptors. The Smriti also states one attains knowledge only after the annihilation of sinful deeds, but it should be remembered that austerities and other disciplines are only indirect means to knowledge which in reality cannot coexist with any form of action. The disciplines are compared to the feet on which a man stands. The knowledge of Brahma can rest only on the solid foundation created by spiritual disciplines. Vedas, that is to say, the four Vedas and their six auxiliary members, the latter comprise the science of proper articulation and pronunciation, Shiksha, the science of Pushodi, Chandas, grammar, Vyakaranam, etymological explanation of difficult Vedic words, Nirukta, astronomy, Jyotish, and ritual Kalpa. They help in the correct pronunciation and interpretation of the text and the right use of mantras in the ritual. Therefore, they are called the protectors of the Vedic wisdom. Truth, that is to say, freedom from deceit. It also means integrity in word, thought, and deed. The knowledge of Brahma is attained by those alone who are honest and good natured and righteous, and not by people of perverse nature. The word truth is particularly mentioned in the text because it is the special discipline for the knowledge of Brahma. The Smriti states if 1,000 horse sacrifices, Aswamedha and truth are placed in two pans of scale, the latter will outweigh the former. The result of the knowledge embodied in the Kena Upanishad. Verse number 9. He who thus knows this Upanishad shakes off all sins and becomes firmly established in the infinite and the highest heaven. The highest heaven, shakes off, etc. That is to say, the seed of life in the relative world characterized by ignorance, desire, and action. Heaven. This word, according to Shankaracharya, denotes Brahma or the Absolute and not any celestial abode. He mentions as his reason the two qualifying words infinite and highest. A celestial plane is neither infinite nor the highest. The drift of this verse is that the knower of Brahma, having realized the light, does not come back to the world of darkness. The repetition at the end denotes the completion of the Upanishad. Here ends the fourth chapter of the Kena Upanishad. Here ends the Kena Upanishad. Thank you, my dear friends, for watching this video. Please like, comment and share the video and subscribe the channel. Namaste, my dear friends. Next video will be on before that the peace chant. Om. May Brahma protect us both, the preceptor and the disciple. May Brahma bestow upon us both the fruit of knowledge. May we both obtain the energy to acquire knowledge. May what we both study reveal the truth. May we cherish no ill feeling towards each other. Om, peace, peace, peace. Om. May the different parts of my body, my tongue, prana, eyes, ears, and my strength, and also all the other sense organs be nourished. All indeed is Brahma, as is declared in the Upanishad. May I never deny Brahma. May Brahma never deny me. May there never be denial on the part of Brahma. May there never be denial on my part. May all the virtues described in the Upanishads belong to me who am devoted to Brahma. Yeah, may they all belong to me. Om, peace, peace, peace. Thank you for watching this video. Namaskar, my dear friends. Namaskar.